So adding on to this, I remember that Kama Sutra was a manual and a guide written for the kings. It was an educational guide that was written. It has got nothing to do with the postures, but it has got everything to do with how to educate men to be able to give their women pleasure, not sex, pleasure. So the right word was the, and to reach the spirit, so a lot of elements like spirituality, love, care, fondling. So all these right words were used. But now, what the Western world or Western philosophy has done to our civilization, I would rather say, is just degraded it to a very small word, and it has got nothing to do with the eternal or the spiritual path that one it leads us as humans. Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Deep.
Uh, we all know that. I hope that you're all doing good and great and wonderful. These are my prayers to all of you and to the universe, of course. We all know that we're living in a world of great advancement. It's not hidden from anyone that we are taking leaps in technology, science, engineering, and of course, medicine. Amidst these advancements and innovation, let's not forget our health, right? Let's not forget the very human in us that without that human, everything is can go futile. So today we're going to talk about mental health and how important it is for each one of us. Right. I have here with me our experts and mentors who have been tirelessly working for the betterment of the society and the well-being of all the humans here. Right. Dr. Rita Kumar, I welcome you. Dr. Rita is a senior professor at MIT University and chairperson and advisor at Speaking Club. We also have Dr. Samdu Chettri. I welcome you, sir. Dr. Chettri is a senior director and mentor at Yogananda School of Spirituality and Happiness, Shoolini University, Solon. So, my dear mentors, I welcome you on board today and let us discuss how important it is, how important mental health and how much we neglect the mental health in our daily lives. Like a lot of us, we neglect mental health, and we're busy, for example, earning money, taking care of our kids, but we often neglect this area, which is so important. Because sometimes it happens that we neglect mental health so much so that it affects our professional career, of course. So right, so I would like to, if you would like to ponder upon this question first, and then we can go forward with the conversation. Right.
Sure. Thank you for asking this question. Often I say that all education systems today produce product ready for the marketplace.
Right. Very
In
true.
this process, what we do generally is we are making them very competitive, comparing with others, and often these are the areas that we need to tackle actually.
Right.
For children in schools or in universities, we need to make them realize that life is more important than living. Living
Absolutely.
anyway, they will somehow get into the service, have income, live their lives. But what live their, living as such, but what about the
Not
life?
just surviving.
Yeah, just surviving, exactly. Just surviving. But what about the life? There's no
Yeah.
life skills, there's no passion, they're all dead, and the greed actually has taken over our
Take on.
lives. And I think this comes also from our ancient, not really practices, but the amygdala that we talk about, the reptilian brain, it triggers on and off. But we are living in a time where we can take control of it and we can have, a better life, I suppose.
Right. Dr. Ritu, Dr. Rita, if you would like to throw some light upon.
Yes, Dr. Samdu has given very good, you can say, a broad idea of the concept and of the modern life. And I agree with his views because as we are experiencing, this is true that I feel that somewhere the humanity has taken a wrong turn. I read it somewhere and it was so deeply went inside me that yes, humanity was going nicely. But
Mm.
what happened in last many centuries that we started uh, just going into the wrong directions, means so many wars, so many fights, and the competitive world where we forgot to thrive the life.
Right.
We made the life full of competitions, and the competitions are not healthy. Main thing
Yes.
is that the competitions are not healthy. They are not empowering people. It is just to push back others and then move forward, and not to compete with the capabilities and qualities. So that is why these all things are making me to realize yes, humanity has taken a wrong turn, because again it is looking like that a jungle like environment in the human
Right.
society, and we are not taking care of others as a human.
Yes.
Either we try to become superhuman, or we try to become bad human. So we are not actually living the human life, being in the middle path, just to be
Absolutely.
the human. So that is
Totally
why.
agree with you. Yeah.
That is why first thing I think we require to become human, love the self and love the others.
Mm.
And then only we can make a harmonious society. Neither require too much sacrifices nor too much overpowering the things.
Agree. Yeah.
Yes,
Totally.
that is.
So, moving on to another question, and that is coming from a person who associate himself as homosexual, and he says that it is very difficult for my parents to understand, like, take my identity and accept it. And he faces a lot of challenges. He also faced child abuse as a child, and but today he's a confident child. He has been reading psychology, philosophy, history, everything, and he feels that he's right in his skin. This is what he feels. He feels that he's right in his skin, and he has all the rights to live as an individual as everyone else is living. But parents, of course, the father has issues, mother has, partially accepted that this is how my child is. My child doesn't like, uh, doesn't like to be, doesn't like to walk like a boy, or he doesn't talk like boys do. She has started gradually started accepting it. But then at the same time, this child, as a university student, he faces a lot of, challenges. So what can we suggest, or how? Well, okay, so I leave it to you.
Well, I think this is, if you go to Mahabharata and,
Yes.
our epics, we find this is very normal. Now,
Yes.
where does this stigma come into our society? It's
Mm-hmm.
again the West, where the
West.
Christians would burn down such
Yes.
practices.
Yes.
And and also we should remember that we had over 700 years the
Mm-hmm.
invasions that happened. Then it was 200 years ruled by the British,
Yes.
and our society changed completely their mindset to more aligning themselves with not the our own culture, but bringing in cultures from outside. And I think this became a social stigma over the period of time,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why we have so much of suffering still today in India.
Right.
But I think it's a question of education, like what
Yes.
Dr. Rita said. I think
Mm-hmm.
we should, and what you said, we should bring all this in education. And who is better teacher? The mother herself. And the mother needs to be really educated. I would believe that if we can
Mm-hmm.
educate one generation now, then we could change the whole perception of this earth completely. But until such time, this kind of social stigma will continue to bring sufferance in the families and individuals. Also, I think one advice I would give to all the individuals is you cannot defeat the society, except that they
Correct.
criticize you, they don't accept you, but accept yourself. Do not, do not uh, ease or do not depend on what others would tell you. Do not give your
Right.
mind to others. Be yourself, grounded. believe in yourself, and
Right.
continue the journey of your life.
Mhm. Mhm.
Very nicely said, sir, because these children are, we are seeing around in our society, in the college, they are coming up and disclosing their identity very clearly. And yes, sir said rightly that first thing is that they must be respecting themselves as they are. If
True.
we are expecting that the others will respect us in the same manner, then
Yeah.
obviously, first we need to respect ourselves. And yes, society will take some time. Parents also will take some time
Mhm.
in understanding it is important to maintain their own dignity and
Right.
show their parents in a right manner. If they want to go in the odd manners
Mhm.
and convince their parents, and they expect that in a day or two their parents will accept everything, which is not usual. It is very unusual thing in the society. So these children have to have a patience in them and be loving themselves first, and obviously gradually, if they are moving on with grace and dignity, parents will also understand so many things with the time,
With time.
because they require time to
We all need time. Yeah.
absorb these new kind of things. So
Mhm.
that is why it is important for them.
Right. Rightly said, Dr. Samdhu and Dr. Rita. So another question is, I endure pain. This is coming from somewhere. Whether it's emotional or physical, for as much as I can, and choose not to share with anyone. Does this silence and delaying of getting rid of the pain have to do with the childhood trauma? And if it is, the fact that I couldn't talk about it to anyone, just because maybe the child could not talk about the trauma, whether it was physical or emotional, now even the little things that this adult is just delaying, not opening up, not talking, enduring for as much as one can. So, and how can we deal with it? Like, what should we do? Does the role of a counselor come here?
I would like to say one thing. If
Mm,
we got hurt on body, wound is there. Do we leave it as it is? Or we like to do first
ignore.
aid,
Mm, mm,
first aid and treat it properly so that it will heal? The
right.
same thing is like the trauma. They
Mhm.
are wound on our mind, on our psyche. If they are not being treated correctly, they will be bleeding inside. We are
Right.
trying to endure, but this endurance will not bring the solution, will not heal them. They will become a big trauma. So that
Even
is why,
more,
yes,
even
even more.
bigger.
So that is why every wound, whether it is on body or in a psyche, on the mind, needs to be healed within the time. And we need a doctor to heal it.
Yes.
So
Like we
that
need
is,
physicians to heal our like physical
yes,
wounds, we also
yes.
need doctors to heal our mental wounds.
Because our mental bleeding of the psyche is not externally visible.
Yes.
So others don't realize that somebody is bleeding inside, and we are not realizing ourselves also that I'm bleeding inside.
Hmm.
But we need to pay attention and heed to it, that yes, if I need to heal myself. Many people I'm listening that they say, I had a childhood trauma and I'm dealing with some a practice and something. Yes, it can be healed, but till the time you are not going to specialist,
Yeah. You do not want
then
to
your
heal.
trauma
Mm,
will take lots of time and will not be healed completely. That is why releasing it and doing first aid on it and doing the bandage and surgery over it, whatever is required, psychic
right.
surgeries and all that is required to be done. So that is why it is important to address, not
Right.
to feel that I will manage myself.
Mhm.
Yes, it sounds that his trauma is very acute and
Yes.
very, it
Intense.
become
Yes.
highly chronic.
Mhm.
Yes.
So he needs to definitely, or she needs to definitely find somebody who can help overcome this trauma. Like what Dr. Rita said, I think he's or she's internally bleeding and needs treatment,
Yeah,
definitely.
because
But something that, you know, we are also given this wisdom by nature that I say five wives and one husband. A lot of things can be addressed through what, where, which, when, why, and how. If we are aware I'm suffering, and if I
aware.
can keep on questioning these sufferings until there's no answer left, no question left, then I come to a point where I can find a solution immediately for myself. So I think this is something that everyone should keep in mind, that first, be aware, question
Be
yourself
aware,
to the point that you have no question and no answer left. And
and
then
then
suddenly
address it.
realize you have an
Yeah.
answer completely
Yes.
to take forward your choices of life.
Right. Very true. Rightly said. Since now we're living in a world where a lot of people are open out there on social media or everywhere, that we've started talking about pain. We've started talking about what had happened in the past or what was right, what was not right. But there are still families that do not want to associate with the pain that had happened in the past. And a lot of parents have not treated their children properly as when they were young, of course. And now, so I think that, what you endure as a child is what you become as an adult. But at the same time, it's time to first be aware of it and then address it. Go to a doctor, because now we are like, doctors are available. In the past, back in the time, I think it was not there. Like, we would say that it was a stigma or a lot of things associated with, oh, mental hospital ja rahe hain. And the treatment that they were, the medical science is given to people in European countries were insane. This is the word that I can think of. But this is not how any person with trauma should be treated. I think love is the answer to all the questions. I mean, you see,
Ultimately,
we oh,
Love and compassion.
compassion, absolutely, love and
boundless.
compassion. Yes, kindness, compassion, all these good words. So, Dr. Rita, Dr. Samdu, it was nice talking to you both. And I'm sure that this session is going to be very helpful to all the people who would be listening to it. And if you want to say a few words before we log out, it'll be really great.
Yeah, thank you so much for bringing us to the platform. I would just say one thing, that we all human beings, we have two kinds of sufferings, physical and mental. And the
Right.
most of the sufferings is mental only. But if
Yes.
we are connected with ourselves, not living in the past or in the future, but in the present
Yes.
moment, we can overcome that and create relation with others and nature, because we
Right.
cannot be independent. We have to learn to live in interdependence, and therefore we must be able to share our pains and problems with others. We need to bring that trust into our relationship, whoever that is with us.
Right.
So out there, to everybody, my love and gratitude. Thank you.
Yeah.
I would like to say that in this evolution, the human has realized that we are body and mind. But we have forgot about the third partner inside us. I say it a third partner. And this third partner is very important. And
Mhm.
it has vital energies. It
Right.
has the solution of everything
It
we
has
are going
power.
through in this life. So
Yes.
that is why I always want to introduce everyone with this third partner, that is soul. We called in our scriptures Ahem Brahmasmi.
Yes.
Brahma, that is not Brahmaji. This is Brahma. So Brahma means vital energies which we are having, which is the solution of every problem.
Mhm.
And we were stuck into figure of eight, like mind and body, mind and body. We have not gone deeper than the mind. So if we will attach this and we try to activate, as sir said about mindfulness, meditation, loving and kindness practice, if we start doing that, then this third partner will become a true active partner in us. This is a sleeping partner in the modern generation. So we
Right.
need to awaken it, and we
Right.
need to utilize those vital energies and vital wisdoms, which is deep wisdoms inside us, to handle this life. Because, and another thing is to believe not only I'm suffering, everyone
Yes.
on this earth has to suffer and is suffering. People, because when I say to my student, then one student was saying, ma'am, the son of the millionaire, what is the problem they are facing?
Yes.
And I'm saying they have their own problems. You
Right.
can't imagine what they are going through. But yes, everybody. So everybody who is born on this earth has to suffer. But
Endure.
yes, we have to endure. And but we have been given third partner inside us.
Mhm.
Take it, carry it active all the time, and live a happy, vital, and fulfilling life. The just live a
Right.
fulfilled life.
Right.
My wishes are there, my prayers are there to the all the audience, everyone, that live a fulfilled life. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So I would like to really appreciate your kind and warm and beautiful smiles and insightful thoughts, and to all the viewers who are going to see it. And so with this, let's create a beautiful world all together, and all my prayers and love to all of you.
I would
Thank you
like
very
to appreciate you, Nitika, to be the wonderful host.
Oh,
Yes,
And
thank you so
definitely.
much. I
wonderful
really
host.
appreciate. I try. We are all trying to be. So
Yes.
I'm just trying to be. Somebody tells me you're a very good person. I say, no, I'm trying to be. I am not. I'm trying to be. So
No,
this is
but
yeah.
I would say you should accept that and say I'm a good person. Then
Yes.
you become.
Yes.
Yes, I'm trying to be a good person. So every single day I try my bit to be a good person. Dr. Samdu, you've got a beautiful smile. Dr.
Thank
Rita, you've got a beautiful smile.
Thank you. Thank you.
And good night
Good
and
night.
pranam. Right. So I think she'll cut it here. We are done.
Okay.
So we may log out.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Lovely having you. Thank you, Dr. Samdu. Bye bye.